So this is gonna be really informal. Actually, I should ask, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Someone leave me a comment. I see Audrey Lynn is here. I see your comment. You're practicing for your rehearsal tonight and you're being a delinquent. Oh, right, because you play flute, right? So that's going to be amazing. And I see Sean is here. It was a last minute decision to do this. I was like, I'm prepping for a market that's happening on Sunday. And I was like, you know what? I'm down here glazing and might as well, you know, go live. So that's really kind of where this happened. So I see that we've got Nelson is in, where is that? Melbourne. So wow, Nelson, welcome. And Anais is here and Sean is here and there might be some others. So as you join, be sure to say hi. Let me know what part of the world you're from. I have a feeling this might be a little bit of a smaller group, but you know, we all know each other. So be sure to chat. But just, will someone let me know that you can hear me? For sure. Oh, there. Okay. Yay. All right. So you can hear me? All right. Good, good, good. Okay. So, all right. I have a pumpkin. I thought, why not show you how I glaze up my pumpkins? I have a whole slew of them came out of my kiln. Yes, I filmed the kiln opening. Oh, from Missouri. Hi. You caught it live. Yes, you did. The party's in the basement today. So I thought I would show you guys how to glaze, how I glaze the pumpkins. And I think I'm going to do a very similar to the other one. So what I've done is I printed off, like I want to do, actually this is another glaze combo I want to play with on something. I'm also going to be duplicating this gorgeous, you know, gem. And then of course the pink version of it. I want to do those. I have some mugs that are literally waiting. See, they're literally the same carved texture. So hope to get a similar result. We'll see how long this video goes. This is the first time I've done a live glaze and maybe it becomes really boring. I don't know. So we will see. I just thought, why not try it? But yeah, okay. So sorry if you're going to be seeing like my armpit and whatnot. I just am so behind the 8 ball right now, cramming for this market. And I'm going to be also going into now 2 stores. So I have like a permanent setup in now 2 stores. So just trying to get my inventory up has been a little cuckoo. Okay, so bisqueware. I used to scrub every piece, but I don't have the time. So I'm just going to be just giving a little wipe down so you can just see the pumpkin. I actually filmed how I made these, and I have edited most of it. I just have not finished. So anyways, I will get there. I've done the thumbnail. I've done bits and pieces. It's close. It's imminent. But the glazing is going to be coming out first. So what I do is I start off with, you know, doing the actual what are the stock. Now be sure if you're doing a closed form, which this is, I have left an air hole. You want to make sure you're doing that. You could do it where, you know, you have a hole in the bottom, but I didn't. I did because of how I create the texture, I need a closed form. And then usually I take out some of it from the stem and then add a new stem on top. All right, so what I'm going to be using here, guys, is this is going to be tapenade. So this is a new one from Spectrum. I really like the color of it. It's like a brown with some gray hints to it. And I'm just going to use a very small brush. All right. These are some artist brushes that I got, and I love them. I'm going to move this because I don't think I need to type anymore. I was just typing in the comments at the beginning there. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do is just get some glaze on here, getting it in my texture. What I might even do, let me just see if I can adjust the camera a wee bit so I can, or maybe I'll just try zooming in a little. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in. Oops, sorry, don't mean to make anybody sick, but we're going to go for a little ride here. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. You can see better. Hopefully that won't fall. Oh, maybe I need to, I'm sorry. Okay, there. Now, hopefully that's going to stop shaking so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm just going to use this brush, a small brush, so I can get into all the little nooks and crannies of the detail on here and all up and under the curves and whatnot, because it's also going to help when you get the glaze all in here. Sean, where's Coconut? She's sleeping upstairs on the couch. She is, yeah. She may come down because it's close to dinner time. She'll be like, why are you not feeding me, Mommy? So yes, Coconut is my very large cat. She's my ride or die. I adopted her big. She was 8 years old when I got her, and she was overweight, and I worked on it. We did lose a few pounds, but she wasn't engaged a lot previous to me, and as a result, she really doesn't play, and you can't get her to play. So she just like looks at things. If you're trying to play with her, she just like looks at it and gives up. So anywho, enough about Coconut. So I am just working this on. I'll do 2 coats of this particular glaze, making sure I get into all the little grooves and crannies and whatnot. And be sure to ask questions, guys, if you have any questions about, some of my glazing, because I know I usually show a video, like my, the after shots of everything, and that's always nice to see, super fast, or when I do a video that's edited, you miss all it takes time. Like for me, when you're brushing on glazes, it really does take some time. So what I'm going to do is pick it up so I can get in here. I don't want it on because I'm going to have this as papaya on the top. So I just want to get the glaze right on that stem, all around the stem. So I'm just moving it around. Hi, Betty. How are you? This is actually a pretty good setup because I've been able to like really blow up the comments on my computer so I can read them from where I'm sitting. I just love this community, guys. You guys are the best. You show up and, it's just so fun getting to know you all. It really is. So don't be shy. Ask questions. Let me know what part of the world you're in. I can't see how many people are watching right now. We got 20. I got 20 people right now. So it's moving up. It's growing up. So I was trying to do something. It seems like this 5 p.m. is a good time for majority of North America. It's a bit late over in England, I know, or the UK, or it can be. So it depends if you're an early riser. You probably wouldn't be hanging out here, but I know I've done some lives at 5 p.m. and I've had grease on, and I've had, of course, the Australia and New Zealand crew just waking up, getting their days going, getting your day started. So yeah, anyways, just getting the glaze on like so. So that for me is a coat. Okay, that's one. Whoopsie, that was one coat on there. Now, what I'm going to do, I had to buy more because I fell in love with papaya. I got the sample set. You remember Spectrum sent me some glazes, and I have since gone out and bought more because I'm blowing through them like so fast. So, oh, here, Anais says, yes, it is helpful. She's a beginner, or he is a beginner, and don't have a place to take classes close to me, so thank you very much. Okay, great. You know what? I love hearing that because, you're doing stuff, and then sometimes I'll hear from somebody going, you stop explaining yourself. You're talking to she. Okay, thank you. So, and some people might say you're talking too much, you're this, that, and the other, and I'm always thinking, well, you know what? I'm trying to do something for everybody, right? Like, I don't know where someone's skill set is. And so I figure, you know what, if you're advanced, you might just want to click on it and go, fast forward or watch it on the replay instead of the actual live. And I know it can be confusing because the conversation isn't always up there, right? And you don't really know what's going on. So what I'm doing is I'm just being careful right now. Normally I'm a little bit sloppier with my glazing. You can see how much I'm loading up with my brush. My brush is wet. I want it to kind of like plop down. I'm trying to get it right up to the tapenade. But I carry a very, very, very wet brush when I glaze. So like so, and I'm probably going to have to get a smaller brush to get in underneath here. So on another, like a mug or a bowl or something, it's not as delicate or as careful an application. So you can be a little bit, it's a lot faster process, but this is a little bit more like, here, watch me paint a picture. But yeah, you can see how much I pack it on. That's why I can do 2 coats of every glaze. So if you're applying it, oh, did I lose something? Can someone let me know you can still hear me and see me? Because my computer is showing something else. So my desktop computer has gone white screen. Let me know, please, someone in the comments. Can you still see me? Please? Anyone? Oh, good, good, good. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, good, good, good. Lori, hey. So what do we say? So Nelson, I'm getting back to glazing after 30-year break, showing my age, 52. So have tested a few after finding you a month ago. Oh, wonderful. You know what? I'm so glad you tried these out and that you're getting some good results. I know, I think you're still waiting to get the new Spectrum ones, in Australia. So I hope they come soon, because I'm telling you, they are delicious. Delicious, delicious. And you know what, Nelson? We're in the same age group. I'm 56. What the hell? When did that happen? How did that happen so fast? So yeah, there was a bit of a pause on my desktop computer. Not really sure why, but it did freeze up on me with my camera. My phone was working just fine. So I'm getting a smaller brush just to really flood the area with glaze. I want to get it in all of those grooves, because guess what? It's going to run down in the kiln when it's firing. That is my goal. I want it heavy. Now remember, when you have a channel, it's really going to run there. So you really got to be mindful, just like how it began to run in this form like this, it is going to run. So you want to be mindful of that. Like what will happen is I will get my first coat on in the channel, but my second coat, I'm going to brush it over the texture so that it doesn't build up too much. What do we see here? Oh, so my computer is frozen. I don't know. So I'm having a hard time reading the comments because it's not refreshing. Let me see if I can do something about that so that I can catch up to read the comments. It's freezing. Why? I don't have a problem like this on my normally. What do you? Oh, I found a company that does. Oh, the USA Glazes in Australia. Oh, one way. Hang on. My computer is taking forever. Age is relative. LO, she's 65. Lori is 65. And what happened to my computer? See, this is the problem when you're trying to do a live, host the video all by yourself. I can't fix my computer part, so this should be a bit of a challenge for me to hey guys, I see 31 people. Come on over into the chat. Come on over. I'm having a trouble reading my chat on my computer, but I may just try shutting it down here and rebooting it on the computer, because for whatever reason it is not, and I can't read the comments over here. But I can glaze and look at my TV at the same time. So sorry about this, guys. You know, it's alive, and this is what happens. All right, so that is the papaya. So now in my glaze, I brought pictures down to remind myself what I did. So here we are. So this is what I did. And I did the papaya, the stem was top and on. I did papaya, the top third. So I got to come down a little bit more. Then I did a band of fuzzy peach, the bottom 2/3. So going up to meet the papaya. And then I did a band of bougainvillea and then a band of sunrise. So what I have to do is do the fuzzy peach on the bottom. So where's my fuzzy peach? Here. So this is fuzzy peach. And what's going on with my computer? I've been watching all day long. And now that I'm doing a live and I need my computer to be working, it's taken a hiatus. How is that possible? It's not even Mercury. Mercury's not in retrograde right now. So I don't understand. Anywho, okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to take a bigger brush, something nice and fluffy. You saw this. I got this. This was part of a set I got over Temu. I love these. They're really, really full and fluffy. So what I'm going to do is begin applying the glaze from the bottom up to about here. So I'm doing 2/3 of the fuzzy peach. Are you guys having trouble seeing me? Did it freeze up or something? Because I don't understand why my computer is not working. Can someone leave a comment again? I'm sorry, just letting me know that you can hear me and see me, because I'm seeing that. So it was really good to see exactly how you apply the glaze. I just glazed a first. Oh, that went away so fast. How do you clean your brushes? Okay, so Sean, how I clean my brushes and how do you clean your brushes, and boom, this is my favorite. I know, I love bougainvillea so much. Okay, so what I do is while I'm here, I have a cup of water, boom, and I will dip it in there to get the majority of the glaze out. It's, oh, good on your end. Thank you. Thank you. I just don't understand why my laptop or my computer is not working. It's connected to Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's just too, maybe I'll change this to a different network and see if that works better. Sorry. Oh, of course, cancel. No, we won't be doing that. Sorry, guys. I need someone here to do my technicality stuff. Okay, so I will dip it in there to get the majority of the glaze out, and then I will rinse it off in a bucket to get the majority even more so out. And then when I go to wash them, so we go, oh, hey, Trace, I see Trace. You caught me alive, Trace. So, and then what I will do is wash my brushes. Usually I'll get, because I've gotten the majority of the glaze out of the actual bristle, I will then rinse it in a sink, lather it with some soap, swish it around, squeeze the excess water out, usually give it a good couple of good, boogie pink, exactly, Corey, it's boogie pink, and then reshape it and lay it flat to dry. So that's how I wash my brushes, and that works. I have various buckets throughout my studio that I have, you know, the hard or the heavy sediment will sink to the bottom, and then I will scoop off the water, and I can then put that water that is now clear down the drain because there's nothing in it, and then literally the heavy sediment I will eventually let it dry out. And that's from Lisa. I know, I saw that. I thought that was hysterical. It is the best name. Boogie Pink is the best name. So if anybody was, Corey was just saying Boogie Pink, because now I can't go back and read the comment that someone said that, you know, bougainvillea is their favorite, and it really is. It's so gorgeous. If you can get your hands on it, do it. Lisa Finkel over at Finkel Pottery, she couldn't pronounce it, so she decided to call it Boogie Pink, which I think was precious. So you can see how I'm doing it now here. I don't want it to be too heavy on, you know, because it's all going to flow right down those channels, and you don't want that. So this is why I have a ton of brushes. This is why I have my little, whoopsie, should put this over here, my little brush rack here. It's easier for me to manage my brushes rather than leaving everything everywhere, though it is a pretty big cluttery mess right now because that's just how I seem to work. Okay, it looks like it's come back up my internet, and I'm going to try to go back to my channel and see if I can find my video so that I can actually answer your questions. Okay, of course he's going to give me my channel there. Okay, so that, I'm going to leave this one, I'm going to put it aside, let it dry a little bit before I come back and add some more glaze. So now what I want to do is talk about pots. So this pot was really good because there is a crack in it. So literally I have a crack that runs, you can barely see it, you can see it here. But another way to tell if you have a crack in your pot, for this again for somebody who's on the new side, is if you tap your pots. Here, I should get you a good pot here. So here's some mugs, and there's a sound difference, okay? You got a ting sound. When you hear, you know you got a crack. Plain and simple. They all have a dull sound when there's a crack. That's fine. It's just a bigger mouth. So it's going to have a different sound when it's got a bigger mouth, but it has a tingy rather than a dead sound. So when you hear that, you know you have a crack, and that becomes a glaze test. All right. Now, let's see. Let's click on this live and see if I can read the comments now. Okay, so with that said, is there any glazes you guys would like to see in particular? Or combos that you've seen of mine that you would really like to see? Do you want to see, how did I get a vote? Would you like to see this one first or this one? Oh, good, Betty. I'm glad you like that tip. All right, vote time. Easier, not cheaper. Yes, exactly. Always fan of the pinks. Okay, Tegan. Hi, Tegan. How are you? So I'm having on and off internet issues. So, excuse me. So Corey likes both of them. Okay, well, maybe I've got mugs and I'm going to be doing both, so maybe we'll do both. It all depends on how long you guys hang out with me. If you guys get bored, I get it. Okay, so if we're going to do that, I started, this one has Flux Blossom on the inside. You know how much I love Flux Blossom. It is gorgeous. I use it as a liner a ton. So what I got is I try to match up my mugs, because again, not always do you get, things don't always work out the way you plan, and you might have something a little bit off in size. So what I like to do is I will take my bisqueware and I kind of look at them and go like, okay, these are relatively the same size. Nice to see you too. Yes. Happy and chirpy. Yes, yes. You know, chipper. I'm a chipper girl. It's a lovely hot day in Southern Ontario, which is a nice surprise since this time of year is not usually very hot. I would have liked to have been in my pool because those days are coming to an end. So I got to see which ones I'm going to do here. So, all right, let's start with these, and I'll start with the pink and then we'll move to the blue. So we will start with Flux Blossom. Now what I do, sorry guys, I'm on and off screen here. This is kind of on the empty side. Oh, that's a fuller one. Hang on. I always have multiple glazes, Flux Blossom. Oh, no, that's empty. Oh, wrong lid. I put the wrong lid on something. Here. Okay. So I pour my liners because it's too time consuming. Okay. Again, if you guys are leaving comments, I may miss them because my computer went off again. So what I do is I will literally, let's see, get that on camera. Snow, a dirty word. I missed before. Okay, snow, a dirty word. Yeah, snow is a very, okay, I got you. Snow is a very dirty word. I am not a winter person at all. So what I like to do is I will literally pour my glaze inside and I will swirl it around and get a nice good coat. Because I'm doing two of them, I'm just going to plop it right in the other one. Get a really good cover over the whole thing. And this seems to work for me, and it does speed it up quite a bit. So what do we hear here? Something like Sean, we're having a beautiful fall. I know, it is unbelievable. Sean, I know I've said it before. He lives in the town, literally, he's like 10 minutes away from me. And we met through and because of YouTube. So it's been wonderful. And you know, he just recently bought a kiln. Did you get your kiln yet? Tegan says, it's still pretty novel for me, Corey. Okay, because you've never, yes, okay, if you've never lived in an environment where there's snow, yeah, it might be kind of cool, but anybody who's lived with it, we're all like, yeah, no thanks. So I'm just going to get rid of that on the rim because I don't want it there. I got a little bit, I don't want it there because I'm putting ginger on the top. So just wipe that away. All right, that, my friends, is, see how you're getting that little bit of a flow pattern in there? That's going to show interest when it fires. It will give me a little bit of that flow. You may see it in there. Can you see the flow in the side down here? Like that's what I get. I'll get a little heavier application in areas. So that's why I do it that way. All right, so now let's just get this on here, and then I'm just going to scoop it right back into my pot. So this is the way when I'm glazing and I'm in a rush. Hope that's all on camera. Yep. This is the way I do it. And mind you, it is easier when I'm, you know, just doing it because I would not be holding it like this for you to see it. It would be a very different angle for me. So then I will literally take my brush and, let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can see the angle I got. I will fan out the brush itself on the bottom. And then when I spin my wheel, I gradually bring my brush up the inside like so. And that gives a really nice flow pattern. Whoops. You can see in there. What was that? Spoke to Michael from Tucker's. They were behind in production this summer. All is good. I'm just no, I get it. Oh wow. Well, I'm glad it's coming. It's coming. That's good news, right? All right. So that's these two got the one coat there. Oh, Tegan said, I used to glaze too light until I saw you do it, Sarah. I was always disappointed with the results since following your example in loving, sorry, I'm loving the interest. Sorry, I'm having, let me zoom that in. Me and my eyeballs. Sorry, Tegan. I butchered your what you said there. Okay, I zoomed in. Oh, sorry. I'm loving the interest. Thank you. Started making my own glazes now. Look at you go, girl. I've never made my own glazes. I have not done that yet. I am, I'm waiting on that one. All right, so I'm going to put these aside, let them dry. And the reason I want to do that is because it's a fairly heavy application right now. I need them to dry a little bit so that I don't, that you actually end up getting enough glaze on your piece. It's important. That's why I find glazing to be, it's not good for people like myself who can get scattered, because you are literally glazing multiple pieces all over the place. And unless you're, of course, dipping your glaze, then it's much easier. You can just like, boop, and it's done. But we're not doing that. All right, so I've got one coat of papaya on the top. Oops, I'll put this here. One coat of papaya on the top, and I've got one coat of the the fuzzy peach here. So I'm gonna go back and add me another coat of papaya. All right, I still have a little guy, a nice small brush. This was an artist brush. I think I got this over at, what's the store called? Michael's. So Michael's is like an arts and crafts store here in North America. Oh, yeah, I have a lot of glazes, Sean. I have a gazillion glazes. And I keep buying more. I just went to Tucker's. Literally, Sean, I was at Tucker's on Monday and I picked up more glaze and some clay. So, yeah. Got me a problem. Well, I just didn't want to run out of certain things because I am preparing for so much right now. This time of year, guys, if you're getting in and you're starting to sell stuff, you want to be really ramping up your all your holiday stuff, because now is the time. This is the busiest season. And then, of course, things start to get sold out and so on and whatnot. So I don't mind sometimes stockpiling. So right now, you see, I don't want this going down too far. So I'm just going to try bringing that up again because it's going to move anyways. So here we are, the glaze. That is the papaya on the top there. Now, I'm going to, what do we got here? Lori. I have a glaze problem too, right? Yeah, yes. Oh, Haley, hi. Hi, Haley. You just discovered my channel a few weeks ago. You love the unloads. First time catching a live. Thank you. Thank you. This is my first live glazing. So we'll see how it does. If it does well, we'll do it again. But, and I know it's not everybody's jam lives. I get it. It can be very confusing sometimes watching them on the replay. And I've been told that from some people, and some of you guys love it. So I'm going to be doing a bit of both. I will be doing lives, and I'm going to be doing some, just the edited version. I'm just behind right now, so I wanted to make sure I was able to connect with you guys. Now, I don't really care right now that that the papaya is wet. It's going to be all mixing in here anyway. So, but I am going to keep this second coat of fuzzy peach a little higher up. Corey's, sorry, it's a good thing I live close to a pottery studio. Yes, you know what? It does make, oh, what, Tegan? Oh my goodness, girlfriend, thank you. Wow, that is lovely. So Tegan just bought me $20. Thank you. So sweet. So Sarah, you and Hobble Creek are my faves. I have a hair appointment, but I'll watch the rest later. Have fun all. Yes, enjoy. I'm getting my hair done on Wednesday. So thank you, Tegan. All right. Let me know in the comments what you liked about the video, okay? When you watch it on the live or on the replay. Have a great day. Oh, I can click on like. Yes. Thank you. All right, Haley, I found you searching for reviews on the Spectrum Floating Glazes. Oh, wonderful. You purchased them and we'll be picking them up from the kiln. I purchased them and we'll be picking them up from the kiln. I don't understand that last part. It's blocked by a finger. I can't wait. Okay, got you. I see you. You were at a community studio, so you got to pick it up. So, all right, and yeah, you're gonna be so excited. They are runners. They move, guys. They do move. So that's why I say 2 coats. That's all I need. And you see how heavy I'm going. Now I'm leaving it with the 1 coat here. I've staggered it back so that it won't, hopefully, it's not going to run off the pot. What I will do, of course, is clean the bottoms and everything, of course, but that's kind of what I'm going to do. And the rest of the glazes are going to be all loaded up on the top end of the pot because the heat and when it moves, it's going to take it and cover the bottom. So that will be it. And I will raise it up on a cookie because I got to be careful, right? You just, when you're dealing with runny glazes, you gotta guard your stuff. Okay. So now this little guy, so, ooh, I got stuff on it while I'm waiting for the other glazes to dry. So this little guy, I threw a bit of, I'll have to fix that later. So it was just a little handmade. I rolled out some texture onto clay, and I used the floating turquoise on the outside. So tell me, should I go dark on the inside or should I go light? I'm thinking, I took a picture quickly. So these are the Spectrum glazes and what they look like. Oh, Mary. Hang on, let me read that there. It didn't show up on my other computer. What is the maximum that you would, oh, hang on. Hobble Creek is great. Well, all the YouTubers are great. Thank you, Corey. Thank you. You know, it is a community and we're out here and we love to put our stuff, you know, for you all to see and oh, what's going on here? Okay, hang on. Why can't I read the comments? Why are they not? My video is working, but my comments are not. Okay, let's see if I can shrink that down and see if I can get this going again. I'm sorry, because if I can't read the comments, that's a problem. Oh, and nice. Need to go, but we'll be watching later. Thank you very much for your help. Thank you. Thank you. All good. I know. It could be a long video. All right. So with this said, this is the floating glaze. I pulled this off the internet. So I literally typed in Spectrum floating glazes, and then you look at the pictures. And it's a relatively good idea of what the colors are going to look like. So I was thinking on this little guy, either going with a Louisiana, we could go with a different color altogether. Oh, now everything popped in. All the comments popped in. We could go with Spanish moss. We could go with something contrasting altogether different, like a pink or a peach or even a purple. What do you guys think? Anything you think I should do? Let's leave that in the comments and I will do it. Okay, so now let's get 2 more mugs and I will do the inside. These 2 are relatively the same size. I do it like that 2 at a time because that will be relatively, I don't know if I like those 2. Oh, so many mugs. All right, maybe these 2. I think these 2 look better. Okay, I'm gonna do those 2. All right. So these are gonna get this treatment. So I'm gonna go with this treatment. And the inside of this, or these, is going to get pearl white. I think I've got pearl white over here. I think I have it out. Or if not, I have to go to my shelf. Soft white. Ooh, yes, that was a new one for me. I just bought soft white by them. That is really pretty. Pearl white. Ah. Sorry, guys. Not prepared. So I write on the top of all of my glazes. I find it easier when I'm looking for a glaze or when because I'll have a gazillion glazes all over my table and you can't always read the front, so I will write the name on the actual lid and it does help me. So let's just scrape. I get right in here and I scrape all this stuff. Oopsie. All this stuff. Let's put these aside. Oh boy. So I get all that stuff off under the rim because it's all good glaze and you got to get it all incorporated. You don't want to just, you know, and there's some glazes that are very gummy and thick and that's the way they're meant to be. Some are very watery and you want to incorporate all the glaze as you know that you can into your pot, into the solution so that you get a proper glaze application. Sorry, what's your favorite clay body to use? Okay, I missed a few things. My thing had frozen. Okay, so all right, here we are. Natalie says purple. Sean says the Spanish moss. And I got Lori wants purple. Okay, we can do that. Crystal says she really likes the ginger. I know that's ginger here. That's what ginger looks like on this particular clay body. So this clay body, that's the ginger. it goes like the way it looks when it pools is so pretty. But there you go, on a white clay body, that's ginger. So it's really important to test that all out. What do we have here? So Crystal, so you like the ginger, and you said I've seen some really nice results with it. I know ginger surprised me. If honestly, if Spectrum hadn't sent me, I probably would have never bought it. And now it is my absolute one of my favorite glazes to use. Like, it really is gorgeous. It's a great transition color. So if you're wanting to, like, you know, create interest in your piece, it's like, it just takes it. Because I mean, yeah, I could have painted this blue right to the top, and it would have been pretty, but it breaks up the look. So having these different, you know, this is the Louisiana Bayou as the base, and then the ginger at the top, and then I did the olive float and soft aqua, but it's the way it transitions, you know, into something. It really, it's pretty gorgeous. So, alrighty. So this one is pearl white, and I'm going to be doing that on the inside. I'm going to apply it exactly the same way I did. So I'm going to get it right on inside here. I'm just going to pour a little bit inside. Can you see all that? All right, let's spread this around. I'm just going to begin working it up the inside of the pot here. I'll get this where you guys can see. Oh, see, I don't even need to pour it out. It's taken. What I poured in was enough. It drank it all in. So I'm gonna bring it right up to the rim. Don't want it necessarily to go over the rim. A lot of times I do. A lot of times I try to get my glaze to come over, and I make the two sides, the inside and the outside, join. But in this case, it's going to be the outside is going to join with the inside. So what do we have here? I see. Okay, so what is your favorite clay body to use? Oh my goodness, that's a hard question to answer, because I have right now so many different clay bodies, because oh boy. So I recently started using B-Mix, and I was really disappointed because they didn't have it at Tucker's when I went to get some more. So I do want to get some more B-Mix, but I don't have a favorite. Honestly, I don't. I like so many things, like with my, and that's what I discovered when I got into pottery. I mean, I remember trying to go, okay, what's my aesthetic going to be? What is my thing? And, you know, I just could never stick to one thing. I come from a, you know, well, I was in the cosmetic industry my whole life, and, you know, dealing with every single color under the sun. And I love, you know, that the way that, glazes play with different clay bodies, you know, because I like speckled clay. So I love the 608 clay. So that's the Laguna 608 clay. It's really, really, really hard on your hands when you're throwing. It really is. You got to get used to it. It's got a lot of grog, so it's kind of rough. But I do like I like the Laguna B-Mix. I use a lot of Tucker's. They're mid-smooth spec, which is a nice white clay body with just little tiny manganese specks in it, which is quite nice. That's what this is. So this will be really, 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 really pretty. It'll have that white, but with the little flecks in it, and then the glaze will help to pull it down. Now the question here, what do I fire? I do a cone 6 fire. That's my glaze fire, or 5.5 now. Actually, I've been doing a 5.5. I do a slow cool program. I got it from Lisa Finkel. It was, you know, the Camille Hoffman slow cool program. Lisa, when I first got my new kiln, I mean, I used to have an old kiln sitter kiln, so I didn't have a lot of control over it. I know there are people that are really great, you know, with the kiln sitters, but I kept missing, you know, the shut off and so on. And anyways, now I have my digital kiln, love it, and I do the slow cool. My top temperature is, I set it to 2,170 degrees, and then it will cool. I bring it down to 1,900 degrees slowly, and then I give it sorry, I missed it. At 2,170 degrees, I do a 8-minute hold. Then I drop the temperature down to 1,900 degrees, and I do a 30-minute hold. And I have been getting amazing, amazing, amazing results with that. And I actually, I think for one firing, I attempted to go a little bit hotter with a shorter cool or a shorter hold, and I just went back to it. It's working for my kiln right now, so I'm doing it. I do like plainsman too. So here we are. Lots of comments going on here. Julia, hey Julia, how are you? No worries. You're in England. It's late at night. I'm surprised you're still up. So hi Julia. Julia has her own channel too. So it's go check her out. She's got some really interesting glaze. She does a lot of hand building. Natalie, and you go, what is it? You just love the plainsman 340. I know I use plainsman 340 as well. That is not boring. I use it all the time. I have plainsman 340, I have plainsman 350, I have plainsman 390. I've never bought the 370 yet, Corey. I want to get that one, but I just have to get rid of my other white clay before I do that. I just can't do that. I have Pottery Supply House, their black clay, which I like. It's really a dark brown. I have Tucker's. I just bought some of their red brown clay. I have probably about 12 different clay bodies. So I can't say which one I like. Oh my God, it's too much. And then someone just recommended Aardvark clay to me, the paper clay, and I was just like, oh boy, I can't get that here. So I'm like, it might be a good thing for me. All right, guys, go back to these little gems. So these are the ones that I put the Flux Blossom inside. So I'm gonna do it again. So a little more Flux Blossom. So Amico's Flux Blossom. There's my big brush. Very, very, very wet. I know they're all amazing, aren't they? Yeah, I can't do it. I wish I could. And I know I've been tempted to do those Mako on-gobes to see if I could just streamline my practice, because of course white clay is the easiest and the cleanest to manage. So yeah, I would do it. I got this one. I was given the black on-gobe. I haven't tried it yet. So I want to try that. And that was just from a store. I'd ordered stuff and they just, give you a free little gift. So anyway, second coat, I'm just doing it, not quite, I don't pour it in second time, but just getting a nice even application, put it aside. So you're seeing how long it takes in real time to glaze. It takes forever and ever. What we could talk about too is, I think some people are having, some, who was it? Nat was telling me about Ellen Eden, and she's in, I'm not sure, Denmark or somewhere over there. And I checked out her channel. I felt really bad for her. She was struggling a little bit because she was feeling so deflated at her market because somebody said, your prices are too much. And I left her a really nice comment. At least I thought it was really nice, just trying to lift her up a bit. And it's like you're never gonna please everybody. I charge what I charge. I'm not ashamed of what I charge. Holland, she's in Holland. Okay, so Julia says Holland and Corey says Netherlands. Yes, okay. Really lovely lady. And I just said, it's like you'll never be able to please everybody. It's virtually impossible. Like, I had someone come to my booth and they picked something up. I told them the price, and then they were like, oh my God, that's so cheap. And I was like, I didn't think so. I thought it was all right, and then I had somebody else, it was like one of these, right? They don't take me long to make, okay? It was, I think, $15, and she was like, is that it? And I was like, yeah. So it is just literally a little, I test on them. So I will literally roll them out. I use a cookie cutter, put the texture in. I get to glaze it in different ways, see how it's going to flow. And then I'll have a stack. People love digging. So if you're ever doing a booth, people love to just literally sort of treasure find or whatever. And then I've had people say, oh my God, with my mugs, they picked up one of my mugs, and I charge usually about $60 or so, anywhere from $50 to $60 Canadian for a mug. And someone picked it up and they were like, for one? And I was like, yeah. I am not ashamed of my prices, the amount of time and effort that I put into my pots. It's buying a piece of art, in my opinion. You know what? There's an element that when you pick it up and you're using it, someone made it with their hands. you know, it's like someone will buy a picture, you know, painted by an artist, right? And then someone else will buy prints from IKEA, and it's not right or wrong. It's just the way it is. So Sean says it's functional art, handmade. There is so much work that goes into each piece. Sarah's work is stunning. You are so sweet. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you. Hi, Nat. How you doing? I know Trace. Look at Australia is in the house. Look at you go. Okay, so we got Nat from Mud Magic. Trace is here. We've got Julia's in England, and oh yeah. Anyways, so sweet. Love you guys. You guys are just getting your day going. I know it's going to be a different video. It may not be, you know, for everyone. It might be one of those things, you know, you watch while you're in the studio. But I'm trying to do a glazing video live, which is, yeah, I don't know if I was crazy or not. But, all right, I'm going to do, this still looks a bit wet to me. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I add another coat to that. But maybe we'll go to the pumpkin. Okay, I want to put, so now I've got 2 papaya and I've got 2 fuzzy peach. So we got the 1 and we got the 2. So it's a little dialed back. And now what I'm going to do is add a bougainvillea at the top. Only have a little bit left in this one. Yeah. It's going to do for now. And because I'm not going to go super wide, maybe a bit bigger. I have a gazillion brushes. I always buy brushes. And Sean gave me a brush. Oh, Barbara from Tennessee. Hi, Tennessee. Nice for you to pop in. Thank you, thank you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to begin with the bougainvillea. I'm going to take it over the papaya and over and kind of where the 2 of them meet, all in this area. And I'm going to do a little bit more of a stippling application because I'm only going to apply 1 coat of this because there's enough glaze on here. It's just gonna pull right off the pot if I decide to go more. So I'm gonna just get this on nice and heavy. So if you're a light glazer, you may do 2 coats, but as you can see, I am not a light glazer. This one is, she's done. Just like that. And I think that's a problem where when people first started in pottery, at least I did too, I didn't know how much a coat was. I was like, well, how much is a coat? Because it'll say apply 2 to 3 coats. Well, what's a coat? So it's a bit of a challenge, right? When you're trying to navigate it. But I learned that you really want to make sure your brush doesn't drag in between. It should be flowing smoothly. I like the movement. So if somebody wants a very clean glaze without the drips, they might apply glaze slightly differently than I would. Now I still only have 1 coat on the, what is this thing called? That's the stem. So I'm going to apply another coat of the tapenade to the stem, which of course also makes it stronger. Evening, oh, from Wales, we got some more people here. Oh, I missed a few things. Boogie Pink, yes, I know. Boogie Pink, yes, I got to use that more often. That's Lisa Finkel, Boogie Pink. So that's the Boogie Pink right there, guys. If you're not familiar, it's Spectrum's Bougainvillea is now going to be called Boogie Pink. And then we have Sean Michaels always has fantastic coupons. Yes. So again, I was mentioning Michaels, the store in North America. They always have great sales. So you can most certainly buy brushes when it's a sale. I think I got your brush here, Sean. Yeah. So Sean came over to see my kiln in action in my garage, and just to see, because he's getting his kiln and wanted to see the way I've got the venting set up and all that stuff. Oh, we've got Marmon from Belgium. Hello, Belgium. And we have Misty from Florida. Yes. So you're in the panhandle of Florida. Lucky you. Nice and sunny all year round. So you can see how much I put on, and I'm okay because you know what? It's going to pool. But what I will do before I put it in the kiln is I am going to make sure I drill out my holes. Make sure there's no glaze blocking those, because if the glaze fills in, this is going to explode in the kiln, okay? And it will probably take things out alongside it, and I don't want that to happen because the air would be trapped. I actually put a few holes in this one, so I should be covered, but I usually put one in a very, like, I've got one here, and then I did one there, And I think I did a third, I did another one on the bottom there. So this one probably will get filled in as the glaze runs. So you got to kind of think about that too. So be mindful if you're doing closed forms that is a potential problem. All right, I know I wish this was faster, but it's glazing with brushes, so not as fast as like, you know, dip, dip, and go. So I'm gonna let this dry because this has now got a fair bit of glaze on here. I'm gonna let this dry, then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do sunrise, which is gonna go over here. So, all right, now let's see what we got going on here. This was my little banding wheel that I got. If you saw my Temu haul, I got this there. I know some of you brought some very important information to my attention about Temu, and you know, I didn't know, you know, some of the problems there, and you know, but I know some of you guys do buy at Temu, and you know, I do buy from Temu some of the things because they're really cheap, inexpensive, and you know what, I really like it. It's a pretty good little wheel. Like, it's got a little one on the bottom. I never use this one, but I use the short one. I have an expensive this one, which weighs a ton, and that is the this was like the Shimpo. It's bought out by Nidec, or I don't know how to pronounce that, which has an incredible like the ball bearing, so it spins so nicely. All right, BZ Jet, would there be a disadvantage to throwing the pumpkins without a floor? There's no worry about the explosions of these fires. No, you can absolutely do that. And the reason I don't is because of how I create the texture in the side of the pumpkin. I need the air inside, because the air inside, because I have one here, I haven't, oh, actually here. These have been these are dry. They're ready to go in the kiln. So what I do is this is not carved out. I mean, a little bit is carved out, but I impress with a brush. I rock a brush in and to make sure it billows out. So I want the air inside, so that it helps to push the air out. And then what I do is, once I've got the shape, you know, and I do other things to, you know, finesse it, then I cut out the stem, the part that's closed, and then I add my stem. So that's why I do it the way I do it. I know some other people just use their fingers and do a less in-depth, whatever these things are called. I wanted a very, almost more realistic looking, like I wanted that depth. So, so there we are. So what do we have here? Mud Magic. So Nat says, Sarah, I'm happy to admit I hate glazing. Yes, I hate it too. What are your fave and least favorite of the whole process? So glazing is my least favorite of the entire process. Easy. Well, I mean, there's so many things, because if we're talking process, are we talking about studio life? Because that's a whole other ballgame. Like, because you think about all the things you got to do in a studio. When you're going to a public studio or a community studio, you don't have to grind shelves and vacuum and, you know, all the stuff that I can't stand. But my most favorite, I don't like glazing because I find it very, it's overwhelming for me. As you can tell, I love my glazes. I'm going to make you guys dizzy. These are just some of my glazes that I have. Ouch. Ooh, can you see all those? That's just some that I have out. Ooh, it just fell. And then this might be making someone sick. I don't know. And then I got more over there. And then I have all my dipping glazes over there. Like, yeah, I have a glaze problem. All right, let's just lock that so I don't make you sick. Ooh, sorry. Okay. Let's see what the comments are. Let's see where we are. Yeah, so my favorite part is throwing. I love throwing. If I could just throw all the time, I love it. I love throwing. Followed by trimming, but throwing is my jam. And then, like I said, glazing, my least favorite. Now, where are we? Corey, you love Temu? Yeah, yes. Mud Magic, no floors. no floor, make a luminary. Yes, yeah. So you can just, you know, I was watching Matthew Kelly. He did a video not too long ago, and so he throws it. He drills a hole in the bottom, and then he even leaves the top open, which I thought was really smart. But again, just because I like to put so much pressure on my pot, that's why I don't do it that way. So Michelle is, so making and attaching handles. Yes, that's making and attaching handles are just, that's a pain too. Crystal, so Crystal is a newbie. She goes, I just started last November. I tried throwing a pumpkin just once. I'm going to try again because my first attempt didn't work out. You know what? Yeah, it's a fun project to do. But yeah, it can, because you're doing the whole closed, you know, closed form, which can be frustrating, but they really are. I love that. It's a fun little piece, and it will look really cute, you know, in someone's window or on their table or whatnot. And then you can really play with glazes with it too. I gotta adjust this. Let me just bring that out a little bit there. I think I turned my camera too much. All right. So yeah, they're a fun little thing to do. What else do I see here? Corey hates handles. Lucy, I'm the only one who loves glazing. I enjoy evening watching YouTube and glazing. Me too. Yeah. So is that mud mat? Oh, so not, is that me too about hate handles, or that you you prefer glazing at night? Oh, you said you don't like glazing. Crystal, yeah, I think I didn't belly it out enough before closing the form. There's that, but you know what? Actually, it doesn't matter, because once you trap the air, well, it does a little bit, but once you trap the air, you can adjust, because you can apply pressure and you'll actually be able to belly out your pot more. So it's a lot of fun. I did a video. I have to finish editing it. I did mention that at the beginning, but I know some of you are just popping on right now. Oh, I'm going to show you this. This was so cute. I did a big one, but it partially cracked. Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Is that not the cutest? So I made a little witch's hat. I was hoping to have this ready for my market. It's not gonna be ready. It took a long time to dry. The big one cracked, but that was a fun little witch hat that I had made. We'll see if I can fix the big one. I'm gonna try. Maybe with glaze, it might adhere. Okay. Oh, I see that my computer is behind me there. So let's see where we're at now. Corey, Wild Acorn has a cute video on hand building a pumpkin. Okay, I should check that out. I attempted to hand build, and I didn't do well with it. So I was like, I cut out a pattern, I did everything, and it didn't quite work out. So I am done with my tapenade for now. So I will dip my brush. I know, Sean, you were asking. I'll literally dip my brush in here for a while, let it soak, and I'll get the rest of that glaze out. I will typically like to clean off my lids, because sometimes it's really hard to open up your glaze again later. So, oakley dokley. Now, let's do the blue. So what I'm going to do, this is the pearl. Oh, I got to do pearl white again. Never mind. Ooh, this is, how are you guys doing? Are you sticking around? Are you enjoying this? Are you getting some ideas? This is in real time. Normally when I do a video, I would be editing all this stuff out. You get this all done in a nice, neat package for 10 minutes, but that's not reality. What do we got here? Crystal, I'll check out Corey. Oh, check it out, Corey. Yes, yes. A nice kitchen. Oh, I just recently saw one of your videos. So she just started a YouTube, well, she's got a YouTube channel, but I think it was more for cooking. And then you started up doing some videos with pottery. So a nice kitchen says, I'm not good enough with throwing to like it, but I don't mind glazing at all. I have 5 pumpkins in the kiln right now. Hopefully no explosions. Glazing will be next week. Yes, right, you know. So those, I have 5 pumpkins on my shelf that need me to go and tend to them. And I got to get them in the bisqueware, but I don't think they're going to make it to my market. It won't be ready by Sunday. Because the bisqueware, if you're, you know, for the newbies, a bisqueware, for me, my kiln, it's a good 30 hours that it's from the time I close my kiln, you know, lid to the time I can open it. So that's the firing plus the cool down time. It's 30 hours, maybe even 36 hours for me to be able to get to my piece. A glaze fire is probably more like, yeah, I'd say my bisqueware is going to be 30 hours. My glaze fire is going to be about, 36 hours for bis, 30 hours for glaze. Long time. So when I'm trying to, and then I got to begin glazing everything, you know, it takes forever. Okay, so that's second coat of pearl white. So I'm using the fan brush, get in here, load it up. I guess let's just get this in there. What do we got here? Trey says, love that the witch's hat. You sorry. You could also do gnome beanies. They are, yes, I want to do some gnomes. Absolutely. That will be coming for probably more for Christmas for me. I'm going to do some gnome Santas. I did get some really cute gnome underglaze transfers. So, but I'm going to leave that for Christmas time. So not right now. I just, too many ideas. But like I said, now I'm going to be trying to manage my inventory for 2 stores that I'm going into. And so one is in downtown Bowmanville. It's a maker's store. I don't know what about your part of the world if you have it, but we have them here in Ontario. Are there stores that actually cater to you know, entrepreneurs that are makers, and they sell makers goods. So I will be in a store in downtown Bowmanville on a permanent basis, as well as for markets from time to time, which is super exciting. And then I'm going to be in a mall in Oshawa Center. So Oshawa is a big town, not too far from me. And it's actually a good mall. It's, you know, big mall. It's got all the big box stores and whatnot that you'd want in a shopping center. And but they also have this store called Makers. And so I'm going to be at markets and makers. I got to keep that straight in my head. But 2 different stores. I'm very excited, very excited. So these are the places that you can sell your wares. Look for types of stores like that in your local market and see what you can do. Okay, so the Pearl White is drying. I've done the 2 coats of the Flux Blossom. I'm going to just get rid of that brush and get this out of the way. I'll clean more so later because that'll bore you to tears. All right, so we're going to do, this is the Flux Blossom. So I'm going to be applying the Bougainvillea. I probably should wait a little bit because I can feel the moisture in the pot on the outside. It gets that cold feeling, but we're going to use Boogie Pink. Okay, let's get some Boogie Pink. I just finished up that last bottle, so let's open it up. So this is, it's called Bougainvillea, aka Boogie Pink. So that's what we're gonna call it, Boogie Pink. And I had this shipped to me because a whole pile of stores were out, and I was like frantic because I have so much glazing, like I said, to do. All right, what do we got going up here? Sean and the thumbs up. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Crystal. I just started selling at a small local coffee shop near me. My first sales, mostly mugs. Yeah, mugs are going to be the bread and butter of the business, of your business. It literally, most people, they will feel good about buying a mug from you or having some other small pieces, you know, because again, markets like those makers markets, etc. I think having a variety of price points, because people want to support you, but not everybody is willing to you know, maybe drop $50 or $60 on something from somebody they don't know yet, right? But you know, it's like having little things, having, you know, these, I have my magnets. I saw my magnets at $5 and I was blown away. I didn't expect it, but how many people, like even young kids, were like literally buying my magnets. They were digging and buying, they were pulling out their little debit cards and wanting to pay. And that's the thing is, we don't, in Canada, so few people bring cash with them. It's all tap. We tap on everything. We're like, yeah. Okay, so what's going on in the comments? Crystal, you just, okay, sorry, no, and Mud Magic. So Nat, we have nothing like that in Australia. I want to open one with trays. You should. But you gotta come here first. Come and check it out here. I want to meet you. Michelle says, do you find a 30-70 split is standard for selling in store? Struggling with that a bit. So, okay, so the stores that I'm in and the way they do it a little bit is, so you're dealing with, that's consignment. I'm dealing with a store that I literally pay rent. So it's kind of a double down. You're paying it, but then whatever the price I put on my product, I'm going to be getting that. I'll be taking that home with me. They will cut me a check, and that's how it works. Let me just zoom in a little bit more for you. Maybe I'll move over. I'll shimmy here. Can you guys see it okay? Does it look dark? I can't tell. Anyways, yeah, so that's how it works here. So, and then they ring it all through at their cash. They add a surcharge on top of the price for, you know, to pay for like shopping bags, etc. So yeah, I'm going to try it out and see. I've not done it. I've only done like pop-up markets in these stores. and I'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's a great sort of avenue to have a place or store that I can actually go and just, you know, stock my shelves basically. And then one of them has got a relatively complicated inventory system that I've got to upload my inventory, and I have to add proper SKUs and all sorts of stuff. So it's like a proper store. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding the bougainvillea, aka boogie pink, and I'm going to bring it up because I'm going to bring it up about 2/3 here because the ginger is going to go on. And now this pot has, you know, texture to it, right? So I want it, whoopsie, I want it on. I don't need it to be even. I'm okay with that. So that's the way I glaze. You can see the texture. What's nice about this texture, I just carve it in. It lightens the pot when I've thrown it, but it also will help to create interest. I'll get the deep little bits, and I'm gonna get I'll get some pooling, etc. So Sean, Poppy Fields is sold out with most pottery suppliers. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and that's that. There you go, Nat. That's your fault. I went to try it. I wanted to try because I've not tried any of the Jungle Gems. I'm very, very intrigued to try them. And then I just like, okay, maybe it's just the universe saying, Sarah, don't spend your money there right now. You have enough glazes. Use up your glazes. So, but yeah, I want to try that. Bring Poppy Fields in a gallon. Yes. You know what? I want them to bring, never mind. I want them to bring my Flux Blossom. I hear in the States it's in a gallon. Like my Cirrus Flow, my Flux Blossom, because I know you can get honey flux in a gallon, but you can't get the Flux Blossom in Canada, and I really want that. I see. Actually, I think it was at what is it? The store I go to all the time. I order from. Oh my goodness, they're in Sudbury, Great White North Pottery, and they have like an order. I could pre-order it. I don't know why I don't do that. I should. But I've got like 3 bottles of it. But it would be nice. I'd prefer it if it was in a dipping format, just so I could speed up things a little bit there. All right, so I'm just adding the boogie pink. I did it all up under my handle and all around there like so. So that's the first coat. I'm going to do another coat, and then we'll add the ginger. What do we got going on here? Corey says, I wish more companies sold, 5-pound dry. Exactly. And then Sean, did you wax the bottom of your mugs? No, I didn't wax the bottom of my mugs because I am too lazy. I will clean it. I just wipe it up afterwards. And I don't do it. I know it would make a difference, but I'm a sucker for punishment. I'm gonna let these dry a little bit longer before I do that. So now, who was it? We voted we're gonna do purple in here. So I'm going to do the shallot. Let's try shallot. So shallot, another one from Spectrum, one of their new ones. So pretty. It's a brighter, I think it's almost like a happier purple. So this is shallot on the white clay, on the white, that's 1 coat here. And that's kind of the 2 coats. So this is ginger, bougainvillea, and then the shallot. So I'm going to do, I think, shallot on the inside here. Let's try it. Because I actually haven't done shallot on its own on the 608 clay. I've done it on white clay, but not on 608 clay. Joanne, you're 66. Yeah, we are all in the same age group. I think well, I can't say all of us, but there's a big group of us. When I look at my analytics on YouTube, I see I have a very large audience in actually, well, it was a quite large audience. I have a lot of people in their like 30s and 40s, and then I have a lot in the 50s and 60s, and I have only a few in the 70s and 80s. But it's good. It's good. Corey, I'm soon to be an old person next month. No, you're never old. No, don't call yourself old. Nope. We are just more experienced. That's how I look at it. We are experienced. Can you imagine? Seriously. You know what? Yeah. No. The things that we've learned and I've been able to, like, you can't trade that in. We're built tough, right? We're like the Gen Xers. We were built tough. Yes, we were. Or I don't know about you, but I had a key around my neck. When I was like in 3rd grade, I used to take the subway, never mind, the bus and the subway to school. Well, not to school. I used to get driven to school, but I would take it home. All right, so what I'm going to do here, because I so carefully did the, on the outside, this is 2 coats of the floating turquoise. I'm going to do and I brought it up to the rim. I'm going to add, I'm going to add the shallot right up to the edge. I'm using a large fluffy brush. So they're called a mop brush. So if you're going to look for something in an art store, or if you're looking at it online, I think I got these on Amazon. And if I did, I will list it. Eventually I'll get around to adding a link below, but I can't do it until after this is uploaded. And I probably won't do it right afterwards because I'm going to eat dinner. So maybe later or tomorrow I will definitely add the link. But yeah, you want to ask or look for what they're called mop brushes. This one's wet, so they're fluffy, they're full and fluffy, and they're great for adding glaze. Well, here's a drier one. Here, let me see. Mop brush. Yep. So these are a bigger version of the mop brush. So you want like the fluffy full brushes. So I usually get and have a variety of sizes, shapes in my brush collection in order to glaze and whatnot. All right, that's going to be set aside. I think I need, because this is turquoise and this is going to be purple, which I think is going to be really, really pretty. But I may want to do something to, I don't know, I might add something to the rim. All right, I see a sad face. What's going on here? Mary, recommendations of where in the US to buy the floating glazes. Everywhere is usually back ordered. You know what? Yeah, you might have to struggle with that because I think they're out and people are hearing how beautiful they are, and I would then order it so that you get your name on the list. In the US, anybody, if you guys know where it is, I know that I can get it right now. Tucker's has them all. So I literally was there on Monday and they had all the glazes. So that was good. Tucker's, I believe, I don't know if they have a US counterpart, but I just bought them there. I think they have them over at, again, this is all Canada though. I'm sorry. Oh, here, Misty says Dogwood Ceramics, Gulfport, Mississippi. Call in only. So there you go. There's something for you, Mary. Try that. You probably have to pay the shipping, but you know what? See what you can get. Crystal, I've found them at Blick Art Online. So there's something too. Okay. So we've got a few different places, and that's it. You know what? I mean, I become very tenacious when I'm looking for stuff. I will type in what I want. You know, I started off, actually, I should say this. I started off going pottery supplies near me. That was what it started. That was so I found out who and what stores were close by that I could, in a pinch, place orders from. And that's what I do. And now I have Amaret Stoneware. They're in Kingston. I've never been to the store. I've ordered plenty of times. I've got Pottery Supply House. They're in Oakville. I've never been there, but I order from them all the time. I've ordered from Great White North Pottery, and they're in Sudbury. Like, Sudbury's far from me. It's very far from my house. So, but again, I've ordered out in Sounding Stone, and they're in another province. And it is when you want stuff. I have my list. I have Tucker's, which is the only store I've gone to, and I will sit there and plug in. I'll have them all open, different tabs, and see who has what in stock. Place the order, and ship from everywhere to get the stuff that I want. That's probably one of the best things you can do. Lori, I ordered from Dogwood. Okay, good. Mary says, thank you. And then Lori says, Glaze Queen. Oh yeah, you mentioned that before, Lori, Glaze Queen, or someone did. I remember hearing that and I was like, that sounds like a name for me. All right, guys, I'm going to start with this one. We need, whoopsie, I need my Louisiana Bayou. Where is my Louisiana Bayou? Oh, I know I had one out. There it is. I didn't write the name on the top, that's why I couldn't see it. So, Louisiana Bayou. Gorgeous, gorgeous blue. Like, this has now become my favorite blue, I think, because it's really dark and deep and moody. It's quite stunning. So now, woo, okay, we're gonna do exactly the same application as this other one. And so, load my brush. I stirred this up earlier today, so I was using it. So I'm just shaking it now. If I have a glaze that's been sitting on my shelf for a long time, that's when I go in and scrape underneath the rim. So we got, oh, sorry, I have to go to Tucker's then. I didn't get any of the new Spectrum glazes yet, except the Boogie Pink. And you love it on red clay. Any suggestions with something to pick up? There's a heart in the way. What to pick up? Oh, okay, what to pick up? Well, if you're liking I like them all. Ginger, get ginger. I love ginger. I bought more of the Sunrise, which is gorgeous. That's a nice corally color. What I would do, honestly, is take, go online. This printed up a bit darker, and I just printed it off the internet. I just typed in the new Spectrum glazes so I could get a snapshot of what they look like. And again, this is darker than what it really looks, but you can get an idea. I love Fuzzy Peach. I'm not a big fan of Tiger's Eye, and maybe because I'm just not a big yellow fan. That's probably for me. I love Floating Turquoise, Sunrise, Louisiana Bayou, Ginger, Bougainvillea, Shallot. Yeah, pretty much all of them. You can get them, get your hands on them. That's what you gotta do. Where are we? Mud Magic. Bye, Trace. Have a great day. Love you. Oh, Trace has to go. Thanks, Sarah, for always sharing your knowledge. I have to sign up to go to work. Oh, all right. No worries. It will be a long video, so you can fast forward. Yes, and you need to go to sleep. That's late for you. Very late. See you. Yeah, we're going to have our little chat, Mud Magic and Ceramics by Julia later on. So I'm looking forward to our little FaceTime. And yes, and Nat, I sent a message to you too. So we can talk again. We can connect and talk about some stuff for you if you want. Okay, we can fully do a little. If you're around later today, you can do it. We can do a little messenger chat if you want. Okay. All right. Night night. Yes, I know it's long. All right, but you can see how I put the glaze on, guys. It's heavy. I am not at all, with my brush, I saturate it. You do not want your brush to drag. Once your brush is dragging, you're just not getting the application, but that's what you want. It's a very, for me, and because I want the dribbles and the drips and whatnot, I'm going to do it like that. Where you want to be careful is around your handles, okay? I'm going to just put the one coat. I'm going to be careful about getting a lot of glaze in that little area, because when it's in the kiln, it's going to melt and it's going to run down. And that's where you get a lot of runoff. Like this one, I just had to grind it. So even though the handle is so high up, it becomes a funnel. And the glaze ran down here. So I had to grind it. I'm going to grind it more with my Dremel now, but I just ground it off on my wheel. So that's that. All right. Yeah, okay, yeah, so you let me know, girl. You let me know when you want to chat. We can chat, okay? That's for Nat. Yes, add ginger to that list. That was such a surprise to me. I did not, like I said it earlier in the video, that I did not expect it to be that interesting. I had come, where was I? I mentioned in another video that I had My Charming Ceramics. They're a pottery couple, a ceramic couple from Wisconsin, and they came and visited me in the summertime, and we ended up going to Tucker's, and you saw that, I ran into Sean there, and we had that impromptu tour, which was awesome. Anywho, my story was, so, oh my gosh, why did I just forget? Melanie, I forgot her name for a second. Melanie, she bought the ginger, and I was kind of like, it's not my color. I love it. I love it. It is so incredibly pretty. All right, Sean, how do you find your style aesthetics? Well, so I'm going to say my style and my aesthetics found me. I tried to create, at first I was like, because I realized I just loved too many things. If you see my very, very first video, Oh boy, that uploaded and terrible. I was so upset. You know, it's my first video. No one's gonna watch it. No one's gonna watch it. I think it's like at 80,000 views now. But it was like, it uploaded in poor quality and all kinds of things. But you know, I think it was in that video. It was in one of my videos. I remember mentioning, I was like, I wish I could do like that thing that persons that will just use, you know, one glaze or two glazes, you know, that create that look, and how easy that would be, because you could just boom, 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 and get it all done, and it has a nice aesthetic. But I can't do that. I'm just too scatterbrained. I like too many things, and it's like I'll pull something out of my kiln, and I'm like, oh my god, that is so gorgeous. That's so pretty, and then that's now my new favorite, and that's what happened. So you know, I think there's ways to do it, but for me, it literally, as I was doing these videos, it sort of came out. I didn't even know I liked pink as much as I like pink. Like, honestly, it evolved, and how much I love pink and how much I wear pink now, I can't say that was necessarily the case beforehand. It wasn't. This is Boogie Pink, right? Where is my, oh, here's Shallot. See, this is dry enough for me to add a new coat. So we're going to add my second coat. And I'm thinking either you know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. Let's try it. I'm going to scrape it on the edge. So even though I have the floating turquoise on the edge and the outside, I'm going to just kind of scrape my brush on the edge. So it's going to run down into the floating turquoise. We'll see what it turns out to be. Maybe it'll be hideous. I don't know. The only way you find out is if you try. And this is just a little bowl. And that's why sometimes these little trinket bowls are a great way to test things out, you know, because you will come up with some very interesting combinations. Yes, you can do, you know, test tiles for sure, but I've done test tiles and then I've gone and put it on my pot and it didn't work out the way it did on my test tile, even though I was using the same clay body. So it's not always the same. It might be just the application. So I just rimmed that a little bit so that I get it really nice and thick on the edge, and see how that will flow down. Maybe I'll add, maybe on the inside I'll add some amaryllis. That might be fun. Maybe we'll add some amaryllis. Mind you, it is a speckled clay, so I don't know. Let me know. What do you think? What do you think? Should I add some amaryllis to that one? All right. Last coat to this little baby. We're going to add Sunrise here. Right here. So Sunrise, another one. Spectrum. I had to pick this up because I was out. I only had the little one from when they sent me the glazes. So, all right. So Sunrise, I think this is a brand new one. See, Lucy also agrees that ginger is definitely her favorite, the favorite of the bunch. It is so, 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 so pretty. Okay. So Sunrise is a really lovely orange peach color, bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now begin not applying so much in the crevices because there's enough glaze there. I mean, it's going to get in there, but I'm not going to just load it up in those zones. I'm just going to rub it around and, oops, you got in that one. I'm definitely going to have to raise this up onto a cookie. And I'm going to overlap some of the bougainvillea because I want that to come down. It's going to come down like almost like a little bit of a waterfall in you know, the kiln, but I'm going to still keep a fair distance from the bottom. All right, that is going to be it. See how that one ran? That's what will happen in the kiln. So I see that that's already too heavy right now. So what I'm going to do is sometimes when it's dry, I'll just take like an X-Acto knife and kind of pull some of that out. But because it's wet, I'm just going to pull it up a little bit. Just so it's not so much there. I don't, you know, you got to be careful with the drips. Sometimes if it's starting to drip, I will turn it upside down and just try to get the drips to come the other way. Because I want the glaze to deposit and stay here at the top, not at the bottom. Let me zoom out because that's kind of close. Oops. Yeah. So if I have to, I will do that so that it sort of, the glaze comes this way because it's going to move in the kiln. Anywho, so that's about it for this particular pot. Once it's all dry, I'll clean up the bottom. So to reiterate, we had papaya at the top, then we had the fuzzy peach. So the top third, 2/3, and all 2 coats. Fuzzy peach, Then I did a band of bougainvillea, and then I did a band of sunrise, and the stem is tapenade. All right, papaya, what's the question? You think papaya might work for pumpkin to be orange? Oh, I know it will work for the pumpkin to be orange. Did I not bring my pumpkin down? It is orange. It's gorgeous. It is orange. It's upstairs, guys. But if you saw the pumpkin on my, you can look at my thumbnail or my kiln opening. It was papaya, and it's stunning. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't have a picture of it after the fact. I'm just trying to recreate. That's a look of the pumpkin that was on my thumbnail from my glaze kiln opening. I'm trying to recreate that look. All right, that's dry enough for me to add another coat. And then just so I don't want to keep you guys too long. Do you guys have any questions for me at all about anything I'm doing, or I gotta still add something to this? So now, because I've got the one coat on, this is because I'm going to be adding something else that's going to run. I want to keep the glaze higher up. I'm not going to apply it here. I'm staggering it back. Put a little bit on my handle, but begin staggering it back because the glaze is going to run down to meet up, and it'll begin to overlap and fill in all those areas. So don't worry about it too much. What I find the most interesting thing with glazing is the actual having variations in your coat. It makes it more interesting. So I really hope you guys are going to have to check out my kiln opening when I do that. It'll be later this week. I'll probably do a live because I don't have time to edit. I don't have time to edit. So you guys are going to all have to wish and pray to the kiln gods for me that these all turn out. Because even though I've done these before, you know, things happen in the kiln. Like you think everything's fine. They could run off. It could be a hot mess. As far as I know, you never know exactly. But that's kind of what I want, is that the effect. So it's a dial back in the glazing. Let that dry. This is going to get another coat of Louisiana Bayou. My brush is heavy. It's wet. It's soaking wet in here. So you want that. You want to load up your brush, get it on there. You know, see, I missed the glaze here. I'm going to just get a little bit there just to make sure I get the glaze. Oh, I hear Coco. She might come down. I hear her getting off of her stool upstairs. Yes, I hear my cat. She's a big girl. Did I mention that? And I always try to tell people I didn't make her big like that. Like I adopted her on the large side. She was an elderly cat. I've had her now 3 years, and she is what? All right, Lucy. I love how chaotic your table is. I know. Oh my God, I can't. I should zoom out. It does look crazy, right? Because I can't move around. I wish I had. You know, you watch Jessica Putnam. Oh my God, you know, she's got cameras zooming in, that she's got her husband sitting in a booth being able to like take it to this camera, take it to that. No, this is reality. Okay, I know a lot of times you guys will tell me in my videos, oh, your studio's so clean. I was like, oh, you gotta see it when I'm glazing or when I'm actually working. You'll be like, yeah, maybe not. So yeah, you want your brush literally just blobs of it saturated on there. Let's just get it going on. All right. Okay. And all right, guys. Come on, got any questions? Anybody? I see 42 of you are on there, so you gotta say hello. If you haven't popped into the chat, please pop over and say hello. Let us know what part of the world you're from. We've got a really great community here, and everybody is becoming friends. We're getting to know each other really well. I've, you know, even been able to meet up with some people, and like, even though it's like we might be on other opposite sides of the world, it's incredible. So what do we have here? Do you fire to comb 5 or 6? So there we went. Do you fire to comb 5 or 6? And are you okay to post your fire? I have posted my firing schedule. Have you had any trouble with pinholes in the new Spectrum glazes? So, okay, lots of questions there. No. Okay, so I have posted my firing schedule. I will try to put it in this video too, in the description, but it probably won't be till tomorrow. But if you want to watch what kiln opening, there's one of my kiln openings And I think it is in one of my descriptions of another video. So I have posted it, and it was, I think, the last video. No, not the last one. The one with the pumpkin. Okay, when I unload the pumpkin, if you see me, that I've actually listed my schedule, and it's within the first 5 minutes of the video. So by all means, check it out. So I fire to about cone 5.5. I do the slow cool. My top temperature is 2170, and then I drop it down to 1900 and do a hold there as well. But I have it there. So that's Jolene from Alberta, another Canadian. Hello. And then we have Rebecca from North Carolina. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Okay, guys. So these are drying. These are drying. This is part of the problem, is I guess probably why you don't really do lives on on YouTube, because it takes forever. All right, because they're saturated with glaze right now. See, I would just move on to something else, and I might even come back to that tomorrow. But what I can do, sorry, I know. So this is a really fun look. So these are some kitty cat mugs. Oh, what's this? BizJet. I have the glaze problem where my growing collection is concern. I have so I also tie dye. So I have the same problem with little, oh my gosh, yes, that would be it. So between your tie dyeing and your glaze, you got a problem. We all have the same problem. We are like, I got a problem. Look at my table. I have a problem. It's just because I'm trying not to move too many times out of frame. All right, so this is obsidian ×2. This gives a really interesting effect. I'm going to show you. I'm going to be adding more. I'm going to refire these. So if you can see the gray on here, so I'm going to add some more glaze. I added more obsidian to the top. There are some weird little defects I had to grind out, and it gives me a chance because I didn't put enough of the part that makes it gray. So I'm going to be doing these, and I might as well do it because I'm waiting for stuff to dry. It's like, why are we going to stand around waiting for paint to dry? Oh, here it is. So the secret weapon is, you gotta get your pens and papers out here. Albany Slip Around. So believe it or not, Albany Slip Around, which is a Amico color glaze, when you put it on, it coaxes out. It creates a lot of movement and a lot of flow. It's pretty awesome. So actually, I can get rid of that brush. I can get rid of this brush right now. I can start tidying up a little bit. And get these out of the way, so you don't have to look at a gazillion glazes open. Whew. Oh my goodness, guys, I need a glass of wine. I will be drinking a glass of wine later. Okay, so Albany Slip Brown, it really does coax out some interesting movement. So yeah, it's brown. I mean, when you look at that, it's not my kind of jam at all. But on top of obsidian, it creates a really pretty smoky effect. So this is for Halloween. I want to have some little smoky black cats. So 2 coats of obsidian, and I'm going to do, and I did 2 coats of the Albany Slip Brown, but I'm going to do, I think, 3 coats. So to get more of that flow and gray, I'm going to stagger it back so that it'll move into the obsidian, which is a pretty stable glaze, and it will probably coax out some really interesting dribbles as well. I don't want it on the pot on its own because it's brown, and but when it's with the obsidian, it turns gray. So it's a fun glaze to have in your toolbox. Oops, I just did what I said I didn't want to do, so I'll have to wipe that back. And now I'm going to do a little bit on the inside as well, so that it looks like a big smoky Halloweeny mug. So even though they're just silly cute cats, they're not like, black cats per se. I think that'll be fun to have at my market this weekend. So that's going to be 1 coat. So if you saw that, that was 1 coat. I'm going to zoom in. Ooh, I'm going to zoom in so you see that a little bit better. And here we go. Did I miss anything? Oh, so Jolene says she's going to check out that video. I don't know if the comments, oh, here you are. Corey, you make soap as well, and you tried all my oxides from my soap supplier, and it stayed true in cone 5. Oh, that's great. That's amazing. That's good. Because yeah, I mean, I guess as an oxide, an iron oxide is an iron oxide. I would assume it would be fine. I don't do that stuff. I mean, I could, but I think I would really overwhelm myself because I'd be like, how do I make every color under the sun? And I need it in dipping format. Can you imagine? Oh, the amount of, I would need a, yeah, I'd have to move. So this is what I'm talking about. When I take my brush and I scrape it, I want it to like pool and spill down. It's going to show and add interest. Let me see if I can get that on camera. Where is that? Where is that dribbling down? There. I like that. Okay. Someone else may not like that effect, but I do. I try to create that, you know, it's a very messy effect. Like when you're glazing, the magic happens in the kiln. When you look at your pieces, you're like, that just looks like a, you know, a three-year-old did it, but it will look absolutely stunning in the kiln. So that's that. So that's 1 of 3. So that's a lot of glaze that needs to go on there. All right. Is this ready for some ginger? Okay, I'm going to force the issue. I'm going to add ginger because this video is going to be 10 hours long if I don't. So, sorry, Lori, I'm hand building sugar skull plates and ghost mugs and travel mugs as I'm watching this. Oh, that's awesome. There you go. Now you got some good glaze combos for it. The black with the smoke, so pretty. Look at my table. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you, Brant. Hey, just brought me a $10. Thank you so much. Thank you. I will have a glass of wine on you. I will. Thank you so much for popping in. You've been a busy man. I've been following. Never met Brant. He lives in the southern states and just chatting and whatnot. And such a nice man. He's like the barbecue like king. I'm sorry if I'm sharing this, Brant, but I follow him on Instagram as well. And anyways, he's this barbecue master. He's like winning every competition under the sun. I can just imagine when he rolls up at these fairs that the people are just going to be like quivering in their boots, because every time you see he's won first place, you know, this belt and that. I just need, when next time you come close, you need to come and up across the border and bring that barbecue up here, okay? Oh my goodness. Anywho, all right, so this is ginger. Oops, ginger. And I'm going to just spread this here with the first super light. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm just adding the ginger. I want it to run on the inside. Remember I said, now this is where I'm going to be connecting the inside with the outside, you know. You better. So the inside with the outside, you want that dribbling down like that, because that is going to create that effect. You see that? How it spills down inside. That's what I want. It's tying now the outside and the inside together. So I like that. Not everybody wants, you know, some people like a very strong line, you know, on their pots, and that's fine. That's your aesthetic. If that's your jam. I love everything, you know, running together. So that's that. Michelle says everyone should share their Instagrams. Yes, put them up, do it. We can all, it's another community. Let's do it. You know, I'm of the same name. I have, you know, in my bio, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, I have been now posting more just because of my markets and so forth. So I've been a bit busy. But yeah, I'm on there all the time. I'm on Instagram. Like, that's my place. I don't really do Facebook. I'm trying. I have a Facebook account because I know that some of these markets, you have to be on Facebook in order to connect. I'm not good on Facebook at all. I'm confused by the platform altogether. I never got into it, you know, when it first came out. And I got into Instagram, and that's been where I'm at. So, and I know though, there are people that is their main place to be, and that's where I would, you know, anyways. So yeah, put them up. Jennifer, yeah, you finally got alive. It's yes, thanks for popping in. I appreciate that. So I'm just scraping my brush here along the edges because I want that like dribbling and oozing inside like that. So pretty. It's so pretty. All right, let's do these. And I'm just going to take my ginger So this is my transition color. It's, like I said, it's gorgeous on its own. I might try something. I'm gonna have to try something else with the ginger, and maybe ginger and like tapenade. That might be interesting because that will give you a very earthy effect. The tapenade is a really kind of it's got some brown hues and notes to it without being overly brown. It's kind of like a blackish brown with a bit of a smoky. Anyways, that would be it would be a really nice looking combo, actually, ginger and the tapenade. So I'm just making it nice and heavy. And when you get these little, you know, if it runs too much at the beginning, you can just blob it like that. It will still look pretty later on because it's going to just literally melt and flow. So we want 2 coats of that. So we need those to dry. And this one. Oh my gosh, guys, you are the best. So what do we have here? Nikki. Oh, from Oklahoma, traveling through Colorado and Utah right now. Hello, Colorado. I have been to Colorado. I was in Denver. This is when, back in the day, I've said I worked for MAC Cosmetics for many years, 30 years of my life. And I've held various positions within the company. Through the 90s, I got to do a lot of traveling, and I spent a lot of time traveling actually through the US. And I did go to Colorado. I was in California, Miami, New York, Louisiana, Florida, Hawaii. I was all over the place. A lot in the Midwest, Chicago, Illinois, you name it. Texas, I did a lot in Texas too. And it was a great experience. Oh, I even went to Japan. When we opened in Japan, I went over there. That was a really amazing experience. So, all right, 2 there. Oh, look at all these great. Pottery by Michelle. Thank you, Pottery by Michelle. We've got Crooked Creek Ceramics and Crooked Creek Dye House. Okay, love it. I'm going to add these later when I go back and look at the comments. So I love that. Love the drippy inside. Oh, there's Sean Reed Pottery. And then we have Natalie Studio L Ceramics. So these are all the Instagram handles. So this is a great way, again, for us to connect with one another, you know, and see what we're doing. And, you know, I try. But like I said, I'm on Instagram a lot. Like I said, it's just one of those things I can mindlessly look at things. Because just, woo, that's where my brain goes sometimes. Wow. Okay, so while this is drying, we've got the 2 shallot. I have the 2 turquoise. I think I'm going to add something to add a little, I don't know, a little something to add some interesting texture to this. Maybe I'm going to do amaryllis. So amaryllis is one of my favorites. It's a crystal glaze. So you really need to stir it up. When you first get it, you will see it'll be black all around here. Those are the crystals. It's not enough to shake this glaze. You have to stir it, especially at first, because it's been sitting in a truck for whatever. Do you see all those little black little specklies there? You don't have an Instagram, LOL. I should probably make one. You know what, Crystal? I mean, it's one of those things. You have to figure out what, where you want to put your information and your photos and whatnot. If you're a Facebook person, that's totally fine. You know, we all have our own thing. Like I said, I had to get a Facebook, but I just am never there. So it's like, okay, I've got it, but I don't use it. And then you'll love amaryllis over marigold. Oh, I bet you that would be really good. That would be really pretty, because amaryllis it's an interesting combo. So its base glaze is called Coral, and it's the Coral 205, I think. There's 2 different coral. Yeah, so amaryllis uses Coral 205 as the base glaze, and it's a really pretty glaze. But you can see all those little nuggets. See them all those? You've got to get them mixed up in your pot. So you want to go, otherwise at the end, you're going to go and you're going to find like all you're left is with crystals. So you want to stir it all up really, really well. What is it? Anyone on TikTok? I have a TikTok. I don't put enough on TikTok. I just wish they would all decide on one, format, because I can't make that much content. I'm like, I'm busy making pottery. But you know what? I should do more. But yes, so I do have TikTok. I'm just not very much on it. So lots of, yes, a lot of people are on TikTok, what I'm seeing. So that's good. Oh, Sean gets lots of views. That's great. So I'm just going to take a small mop brush and I'm just going to begin plopping this down in no rhyme or reason. Okay. Literally, blah, blah, blah. Just blobs everywhere. It's going to be more interesting that way because you're going to get some of the crystals. There are different colors in the crystals. Some are like brown. Some are like coral and orange. Some are like, they're just really interesting. And I'm going to try it even a little bit on top of the turquoise here. Let's just see what happens. It will run, so I'm only going to leave it because this is not a very deep bowl. So I'm not going to go down too far. This could be a big mistake. I might hate it on the turquoise, but we'll find out. So you guys are going to have to tune in to the kiln opening when I get around to it. So there we are, just little blobs everywhere. There. That's it. Let that dry. And that, I just think it might be enough to transition the pot or the glaze. We'll see how that goes. But that is my mystery part that I put in here. So that's what we're going to be adding to this shortly. So we have here crystal. It came out really nice. Hang on, crystal. I made a bowl for my husband with an underglazed transfer on the bottom. I used amaryllis without stirring to get the transparent coral and then stirred it to get the crystals around the transfer. That's perfect. I bought the coral, so I had that choice to do it too. So you can do it that way as well. And then Nelson over at Superior Soapery says, I had a TikTok, went semi-viral, and it so helped my business. I know, you know what, if you can get something to go viral, that would be great. I mean, because yeah, you're just gonna reach a broader audience. It's just that all that work to make it to eventually get one, right? And that's it. I do so many things, and afterwards I'm like going, that was content, Sarah. You should have filmed that. That was content. And then I go and I film, and then I'm like, okay, like let me just zoom out of here. And then I'm like I don't have time to edit it. So then I have mountains and mountains and mountains of footage that I'm like this. Mountains and mountains and mountains of footage, and yeah, I haven't gone to edit So oh my goodness, guys. You guys are the best. I could never work TikTok out. I know they're all just a little challenging, right? You got to figure them all out. Lily is from Quiquillam, BC. Hello. Nice for you to come and join us. I know it's like evening or afternoon for you guys, right? I think sometime, oh, I don't know. I don't even know what time it is. My watch is connected to my computer there. All right, that's not ready for it yet. Oh, okay, I'm just going to force it. I'm going to add another coat. Not probably the best idea, but I'm going to do it for you guys, okay? So I'm just going to add another coat of the ginger. Just to the top of that. And another one here, because I want to get the little crystalline things on. And every time it'll be slightly different. You know, this probably won't be exactly the same as my previous mug that I did this like this. It might be this, it could be more or less of the ginger. But it's approximate that, you know. And that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I've taken on some commission pieces, and I'm a little bit more leery of doing it, not because for anything that other than I want to do it perfect, and you know what, when I do a commission, yeah, they might be your glazes that you're used to using and everything, but it may turn out different, and then it's like, you know, you promised a certain look and it's not that look. So do you guys do commission jobs for people, and if so, what do you find it? Let me know. What do we got here? Can you guys share your TikTok username, please? I would love to follow. There you go. So, and then we also have Sean Bowl. I don't know what that means, Sean. Sorry. And then now my social media honestly gave me a full-time income, but took 5 years between YouTube and TikTok, Insta, Pinterest, and also sorry, and did a bit of research. Well, you know, and it does. You have to research. Like, I mean, that's the thing. I don't have a full-time income from my social media. Far from it. I make a little bit of money from YouTube. So, you know, it takes a lot of dedication, and you know, you got to be able to get out there and you know, do what you got to do. And I think it's about building your community, and you know, also putting out quality videos, and you know, being sure to you know, interact and doing the other research, understanding like SEO, like all that stuff. It's so much work. Like it is a full-time job. So what do we have here? You sold your first mug last week. All right, Lori, good job. It feels so good when someone buys your stuff. Like you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. They just, you know, supported me, and it's incredible. And I love every person that has bought something from me. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But I haven't been updating my website. I haven't been at all. I'm going to be doing that after I finish the stuff with these stores and get my inventory up, and then maybe afterwards in this market. So I got my 2 stores, my market, and then what's left over, I will put it up on my website, and then just keep building. So hopefully through the fall into like November, I'll have more stuff. And now I've started teaching. I'm teaching at a community center pottery, so that's taking up a bit of my time too. So that'll be fun. All right, where are we here? As always, loving your tutorials. Thank you so much, MSB4511. Thank you. And then Lucy, I do, but I get quite stressed about them. I usually make multiples of commission pieces. I know that's the problem. You got to make extra of the commission, because if something goes wrong, and then you end up with stuff that maybe nobody wants, or because if you done something very special or whatnot, like it really depends. So I'm on the fence with it. I have taken them. I'm not going to say I wouldn't take it from somebody that was one of my regulars. I probably would do it for them, but just somebody I don't know, I probably won't do it, because it's just so much work. And then all the extras. All right, so while these are trying to dry, this is taking forever. I should bring my heat gun out. Come on, guys, give me something. Let's see, what can I do while I'm waiting for this to dry up. Okay, we'll add another coat of this. I gotta show you the blobs. I'm sure some of you guys have moved on because, well, that's fine too. Come and go through the live stream. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, you can't, not everybody's going to sit through the whole thing. And those of you who do, thank you. You're a rock star. I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I get it. It's a lot. So yes, I'm talking through it all. That's, you know, and I try to share my thought process with you all, because I think, especially for a beginner, or maybe someone who's struggling a little bit with glazing and whatnot, I find, yeah, you have to provide information, sharing, you know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Like, why am I scraping my brush on the rim here? I'm doing that because I want to have uneven layers of the glaze so that it's going to run and pool. That is the trick. So that's my second coat of Albany Slip Brown, which turns great and is going to look really, really good on my smoky cat mugs. Perfect timing for Halloween. And these, I find every time I do these, like any of these transfers, people always buy them. Like, always buy them. They take time to add them. I've got a chunk more of my book lovers going over in my bin that need me to glaze still, and I'm gonna be glazing probably all day tomorrow as well, and get these in the kiln maybe tomorrow night, and then out of the kiln would be, I guess, Thursday. So be on the lookout, guys, for maybe Thursday for a live kiln opening, and you're gonna see these goodies coming out, and you have to pray to the kiln gods for me, okay, that this is going to turn out. You have to. Because I'm terrified. You know, it's one of those things, you go and you do it, and then you know, I'm like showing you guys what I've done, and then watch them all. Nope, we're not going to put that out in the universe. They're all going to turn out. It's going to turn out beautiful. Right? Yes. Okie dokie. So what do we got here? Any other comments? Nope, nothing going on there. Okay, guys. Now, this is still really wet, but we're going to do it anyways. So, amaryllis. is my secret weapon here. I know, my table is a big mess. Let me just, oopsie. Let's zoom in. Yeah, you can't see my mess as much. All right, so stirring up my amaryllis to get all those blobs. I'm just using a small brush, and I'm just going to begin blobbing it on like this. Keeping it higher up, so a little bit into the ginger, a little bit on the handle, being mindful of the handle, but just, I don't want to go too much lower than the middle here because it's going to run. The bougainvillea wants to run, these crystals will want to run, and you know what? You'll end up having to grind your pot. So I'm just going to put a little bit, even on the handle here, but I'm just literally trying to, so I can't even put my hand inside because it's still dribbly wet there, so I can't even do that. So just like so. So amaryllis times 1. This one is still very wet. Amaryllis times 1. So just blobs. So it's going to give all of that blobbing action. That's what the crystals do. All of this good stuff. And like I said, that ran off the pot. So I have a bit of grinding to do on that one. Oops. So it's real time. This is what it really looks like, guys, in the studio, glazing. I don't know about you, but when I try to film it, I would have things more lined up on my other desk. That's about it. A little bit of that in here, a little bit up top. Like that. See, I told you, it looks like a 3-year-old did it. But that's what you want. You want that. Now, I don't know if something's going on with the comments, or if you guys, because I'm not seeing anything, or maybe you guys aren't commenting. My computer froze again. Chat disconnected. Please wait while you try to reconnect. Oh boy. Can you let me know? Did it come through? Oh, here. Can you please share your timeline for creating the piece to getting it bisfired? Do you dry it in the kiln? No, I don't. Or patiently wait for it to dry. I patiently wait on the shelf. I do not dry it in the kiln. I don't want my pieces to crack. So, and it's been horrible right now. Here in Southern Ontario, it has been incredibly humid. Our summer has been very humid. I know that you guys down in maybe the south in the States, I get it because I was in Louisiana in the summer, and that's humidity. I never experienced humidity until I went to Louisiana in July. I was like, holy cow, you could cut it with a knife. It was that thick. Never felt that. Anyways, but it was pretty cool. So no, I literally leave them on the shelves. I want things to dry slowly. I'm going to show you something, okay? I goofed because I tried to rush it because I was hoping to get, let me just zoom. I was hoping, let me see. Yeah, I was hoping to get this in the kiln. So I put it out in the sun. Stupid me. So this is the big one. And I cracked it really badly. So I was hoping. So this is my witch's hat. Look, it's broken right here. Look at. See, that's what'll happen. I tried rushing it, and then I decided to make stitches to make it look like it was sewn together. So I may try again, adding a few, and then glaze it and see what happens. But yeah, that's what can happen if you rush it. So bad on me. I should have known better, and I did know better, but I was like, Anyways, so that can happen. All right, welcome. Sorry, here we are. Welcome to South Florida's weather. Yeah, love it. Oh no, see, I know it was. Yeah, it cracked badly. So I would not recommend you rush anything to rush it to dry. That would be a big no-no on my part. All right, I'm finished with ginger right now, so I can put that away. And I want to get this done because I want to have some vino with my dinner. I haven't had dinner yet. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Anybody? Southwestern Ontario? Because I can't see the time on my watch is showing me that it's connected there. Oh, it says 7 o'clock. Oh my goodness, it's 2 hours? Holy cow, that was a long video, guys. Wowza. Okay, all right. Holy moly. All right, last, this guy. And where is it? This is what I'm putting on there. Olive Float. That is another crystal glaze. And that's going to give me that modelly stuff. I got the idea of doing it like this from Lisa Finkel over at Finkel Pottery. She was using the olive float and I kept wanting to buy it, and because she was getting these gorgeous combinations. I can't remember if she put it on, I don't think she put it on this particular glaze. I think she put it on something else, but she was the one that made me buy that, and now I'm in love with it. It's a lot of fun. So it's got a lot of little crystals in there too. You can see them all. So you want to get those on your pot. I'm using a mop brush, and I'm just going to begin blobbing them like right on that transition line, kind of like so, because those crystals are going to bloom in the kiln, and they're going to run, and they're going to create interest to your glaze. Oops, I just pulled some of it off. That's what can happen when you rush to glaze, and then you touch it, you lift the glaze up, and that's what I did right there. So I'm going to have to add some ginger later. I'm not going to do that with you guys on camera because that'll take too long. All right, blobs here and there, everywhere. There we go. All right, done. And the last thing I'm going to add to it is going to be blobs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with you guys. It's 2 hours. This is like a crazy long video. But the last thing I'm going to add is blobs, small blobs of soft aqua. That's the thing, is you got to wait for it to dry. And I do have a dehumidifier down in my basement studio, which helps a little bit with the drying because it will pull some of that moisture out of the air. Just we've had so much rain, and so, like, I'm telling you, it's been insane this summer. Like, if you know what's, you know, oh, midnight here, Lucy. Oh my goodness. Lucy, good night. You need to go to bed. Lucy says, speaking of 3-year-olds, mine will absolutely get me up at 6 a.m. So time for me to check out as well. Thank you for another fab live, Sarah, and to catch up with you all for the unloading. Yes, thank you. Yes, please do check it out. It won't be 2 hours, I promise. We'll see how well this video does. Like, I mean, I'll leave it. If somebody wants to watch, they can watch. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's it. So there. And then I'm going to just do very light, very few blobs. I'll show you the picture in the live. I just think it's getting too long. I'll show you the picture in the live. I'll add some light blobs of the soft aqua. Just a few of them, just to make sure that that begins to move and whatnot on the, and pull in the ginger into the Louisiana Bayou. I think that'll be pretty spectacular. And let me do this. Let me bring this up so that, actually, you know what I can do? Let's do this. No? Oh, it's already zoomed out. I'll just move it up a little bit more so I can talk to you. Sorry, the camera's crooked. But, you know, I thank you, all of you. Sorry, the camera's crooked. Thank you, all of you, for tuning into this live stream. I know this was a super, 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 super long video. But I enjoyed having you come in and hang out with me because it's really lonely in the studio. I have to say, you're down here. I'll usually have YouTube on, or, you know, some comedy, something happening down here, but I just love being able to chit chat with you. So I want to send a big, big thank you. For all of you that have popped in here. Check out the live. I'll have the before pictures. So you got to see how it was glazed on, but you're going to get to see how it looks when it's done. And in the meantime, you got to cross your fingers, pray to the kiln gods for me that none of these things are going to like melt off and create a disaster, please. And until, oh wait, don't forget, you got to hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button. That would be everything to me because, again, it helps the algorithm a little bit more. I appreciate it. So what do we see here? Sean, thanks, Sarah. It was fun. Rebecca, can't wait. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Mud Matcher. Bye, Sarah. Love you. Call me Nat, okay? If you're home, just literally, you can call me right now if you want to. I'll just go sit outside and drink a glass of wine with you. Anaya's Kitchen, it was a pleasure to watch your work. Thank you for sharing all the information. You are so welcome. Thank you. Perry, hi Perry. Hugs back to you. Thank you. Love you guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. So much fun having you here with me. So until next time, love you.